Today's video is all about secrets and challenges as a blind person. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some secrets and challenges as a blind person. So Corey and I were just out the other morning going for a nice early morning walk, and as we were walking, we were having a great conversation, and it made me think of a question that I heard recently on a YouTube video that I was watching, and the question is, what is your greatest challenge that you are currently facing? And as we were having our conversation, I thought, that's really a great question. I started thinking to myself as we were just walking, what is my greatest challenge? Like, what am I really struggling with right now? And I thought this would actually be a really good video because I think a lot of people maybe look at me or other YouTubers and that have these channels like this and think, oh, they have a channel, they're perfect, they don't have any challenges. Well, I just want to let you know that is definitely not the case at all. I definitely have challenges, struggles, and I'm certainly not perfect in any way. So I just want to let you know that I definitely have some challenges, and there's actually one that I'm facing right now that has been giving me a ton of stress over the last month in particular, but actually the last couple months. So if you recall, a couple months ago, I discussed that I was going to be starting O&M training here, relatively soon. So I'll just fast forward a couple months. So that happened, I don't know when it was, but it was a couple months ago. And the process is actually very slow. But not only that, I had a meeting with the counselor, and we had a great meeting. We had a good conversation, and halfway through the conversation, she said a few things that were pretty insulting, actually. I'm not going to discuss it, but she said a few things basically implying you can't really do a whole lot, and she basically treated me like I couldn't do anything. So that really offended me. But anyway, the rest of the conversation went on, and then she told me everything that would be offered through this training. Well, one of the first questions she asked me during the meeting was something along the lines of, what made you reach out? Why are you trying to obtain services from us? And excuse me. And I said, well, my vision has declined rapidly over the last few years, and I've come to the point now in my life where I realize that I actually need O&M training. I can't always rely on a sighted guide, which is what I've been doing the last couple years, just because I'm going to be honest with you, I've been stubborn. I've been really stubborn and resistant to getting the training. Well, now I'm getting to the point where I miss the independence and the freedom so much that I need the training. I mean, I know that I need the training. A lot of you here have been encouraging me to do it, and it's something that I know I need to do, even though, to be honest with you, once again, I can't even stand the thought of going through the training. That's just me being honest with you. I'm having a really hard time with it. So as we fast forward through this, the last couple of months here that we've been going through this conversation with the counselor, things like that, after the meeting, she said, I'm going to give you 1 month to get back to me and make a decision how you want to proceed. Well, actually, the 1 month ends tomorrow. So I've really milked this thing out as far as I possibly could. But during the meeting, she basically didn't listen to what I said, which was I want to learn O&M here in my local area because this is where I spend the majority of my time. I want to learn how to navigate safely around my neighborhood, cross streets, navigate around my neighborhood, and then possibly go to some of the local places here that I visit frequently, like the grocery store, Target, the gym, and just a few other little stores that I go around in this area because this is where I spend the majority of my time. And she didn't totally agree with that. She said that I need to go downtown Minneapolis and go to their training centers and get adjustment to blindness training, which would include what they call it, daily skills of living, or I think it was something like that. And then she wanted me to go to a woodworking class, a class that would teach me how to cook, do my laundry, how to clean, and then some technology classes, which I actually do think the technology classes would be pretty beneficial, and I want to move forward with those. But the whole point of this is I specifically said I want to stay in my local area. I'm not interested in going downtown Minneapolis because, to be honest with you, I never go to Minneapolis. I never go downtown. And even when I'm traveling, I almost never visit big cities. It's just not something that I do. It doesn't interest me, and I just don't do that. But she persisted that I go downtown Minneapolis and get this training and learn how to navigate a big city. I get it. I understand and recognize the benefit in learning how to navigate a big city. But if it's not something that I'm ever going to do, why wouldn't I want to learn like my local area where I'm going to be spending the most of my time, the majority of my time? So that's what I was saying is, I really want to learn this area. And basically she was telling me like, no, that's not an option. Like you can't do that. So the reason I milked my 30-day period out so much, so it was about a month ago, I think it was like August 29th that we had the meeting. And so she gave me 1 month. So tomorrow being September 30th, I'm recording this on Sunday. So tomorrow being September 30th, actually the day you're going to be watching this video, and that's my last day. And I need to make a decision whether I'm going to proceed with what she has prescribed or how I'm going to approach this. So we've actually been emailing a little bit back and forth the last few days, and I laid it all out, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm not interested in going to the training downtown. By the way, I didn't mention this, but the program that she was encouraging me to attend was like a 6-month program, 6 months, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. To be honest with you, that doesn't interest me even the slightest bit. I would rather live the rest of my life with a sighted guide than do that. I realize that is so against what a lot of people here think and would advise me to do, but honestly, it just does not interest me at all. Like, I don't know how I could possibly do that because it's not in line at all with what I want right now. So I've just been really struggling with this over the last month. It's been causing me so much stress because I don't know what to do. I know I need the services, but I don't know how to approach this. So here's the resolution. Here's what I'm going to do to approach this situation and how I'm going to work through this. And I've actually had a conversation with Corey. We were actually just talking about it a little while ago. And I decided, here's how I'm going to proceed. And I think this is still an option somewhat. But I think this is how I'm going to approach it and talk to the counselor about this and say, like, this is how I'd like to proceed, and we can adjust accordingly in the future as needed. I'm going to reach out and just say, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable committing to like a 6-month program, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm not comfortable committing to that right now. But what I can do is I can commit to some localized remote training here in my area to have somebody teach me how to just get around my neighborhood. I realize that's so basic, so rudimentary, but at the same time, how am I supposed to go downtown Minneapolis and attend one of these centers where I'm getting this adjustment to blindness training if I can't even get there? I actually emailed the counselor the other day and I said, I have a question for you. How am I supposed to get to downtown Minneapolis? Like, how am I supposed to get there and attend these classes that you want me to take? And she said, oh, we can facilitate transportation. And then once you learn how to navigate with a cane, you'll be required to take public transportation. That just about made me throw up thinking about that. That's not something that I want to do. And I realized I should learn how to use public transportation, but from a guy that doesn't know how to use a cane to say, hey, you're going to be riding in public transportation, I mean, that's incredibly stressful for me to even think about, because right now, I can't even imagine walking to the end of my street by myself. How am I even going to be able to picture getting onto a public bus by myself and navigating downtown? So I feel like maybe we jumped the gun a little bit by saying like, oh, we're going to put you on a public bus and take you downtown Minneapolis, and then we're going to drop you off somewhere in the city, and you need to figure out where to go. So that definitely didn't help her sales pitch to me as far as, selling me on the program. But anyway, and then Corey and I were also having the discussion too is, okay, great. So the public transportation picks me up at my driveway for the first while, and then they drop me off at the door there. Well, then what? Once again, I still don't have the skills to walk from the door of the little transportation bus to the door of the training center where I'm going to be going. So again, what am I supposed to do? So anyway, How I'm going to resolve this is I'm going to reach out to the counselor, have a conversation with her, and ask her, can I get some remote training here in my area so I can just learn the basic skills of cane travel? How do I do it? Like, how do I use this cane properly to navigate the streets, the sidewalk? How do I cross a street safely? How do I navigate a store? How do I go to the gym and navigate? And then from there, it might give me the encouragement to think, this training is actually really valuable, which I think it's actually going to do, but I feel like this is the necessary step that I need to take in order to really commit to these other classes. And I don't know, I guess I'm somewhat excited about the thought of going through with this training here locally, and then provided all goes well, which I think it really will, then committing to those classes. But I feel like for me, being so resistant to this over the last couple years, getting this training, and now finally having the courage to reach out to somebody asking for help with, to be honest with you, the reason I've reached out is because of all of you reaching out to me saying, hey, you need to get the training. So that's why I actually did it. And if it wasn't for all of you really encouraging and pushing me to do this, again, I would probably just be sitting back thinking, I'm good with just a sighted guide. And, I've heard a lot of your stories of how you navigate out in public and you just do so much independently. And it's really opened my eyes to the possibilities that are available to me. So it's been really exciting to see all of you and communicate with all of you. And it's just really encouraged me to go forward with this. But for me and my personality and what I need, that is to start, probably a little bit more basic than I probably need to, but that's just what fits me and my personality right now and the stage that I'm at. So anyway, I just wanted to share this challenge that I am facing right now. So anyway, I want to hear from you. What is your greatest challenge that you are currently facing? Now, again, I always say this a lot, but if you are uncomfortable sharing anything down in the comment section, like in the public domain for the world to see, you're always welcome to reach out in an email. You can email me at blindtobillionaire@gmail.com. And I do respond to everybody there as well, too. So I completely get it. If you are really struggling with something, feel free to reach out to me. I've always said this in my videos. I'm here as a friend to offer you support in any way that I possibly can. So never hesitate to reach out. But, I've also said this in many of my videos too. Like, this is an awesome, really supportive community. And I always do as much as I can to offer my support and friendship. So just always feel free to reach out, leave a comment down below, and you wouldn't believe how many people actually read through the comments section and reach out to each other and, and offer support in their friendship as well. It's really fun to see that as I'm going through reading and responding to comments, just to see all of you reaching out to each other. So I always want to make sure that this is just a really supportive community for all of you. And if you're just willing to share anything that you're struggling with, that you're stressed out about, or maybe any secrets like I was talking about, feel free to stick those down below. We'd love to hear it and just offer any support that we can in any way to help you possibly think of some creative ideas on how to work through it, or just offer you the support that you need. So anyway, that's today's video, offering not really offering, I guess offering you some entertainment possibly with my challenge. But anyway, just sharing just a simple challenge that I'm facing lately, and just showing you guys like, hey, just because I have this channel and I create videos and connect with all of you, that definitely does not mean that I'm perfect in any way at all. So I definitely have plenty of my own challenges. But anyway, I'd love to hear from you. So today's shout out is going to go to Dark Queen, Kia. Hey, thanks for being around. I really appreciate it. She's been around for, gosh, I don't even know how long. She's one of the originals back when we were like, in the first, few months. She's been around since then. So thanks, Kia. I really appreciate you being here. If any of you have been around for any amount of time, you've probably seen her around. She's been around. She comments on every video. So thanks again, Dark Queen. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all of you for watching this. Please leave any comments or questions down below. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button and possibly share this video with your friends. Thanks again. I'll see you on Thursday. All right. See you later. You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you've been feeling